Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who love art, guess what? Don't take art classes, especially don't take it in China. I am so frustrated. I just went to my first art class like after 20 years not touching art again. Perhaps I want to learn how to become an artist and take the journey so I can understand artists better. When I was 10 years old, I took art classes for 3 years during the weekends with my best buddy at that time so that I could just spend the weekend away from my parents who forced me to play piano. And instead of playing piano, I prefer to spend some collective time and drawing stuff. So I thought it was funny, kind of. But it wasn't after many years because I was asked to draw boring stuff and the way it was taught was very rigid. I was not left with any room for creative expression, and that was the case for fine art education in China. And guess what? After 20 years, nothing has changed. And I had to say, the moment I went to this classroom, I felt like it was like a time tunnel. I went back to exactly where I was 20 years ago. As soon as I entered the place, I saw 20 parents. They were not doing anything. They were just sitting down and waiting, and they were waiting for their kids to finish the classes. And some of them were looking at the screen, and on the screen it was showing different classrooms and how the kids were playing, were like performing. And it's like a bit too stressful for me because I couldn't imagine that if I were the kid, perhaps I didn't want to be there, especially when I was playing piano, I didn't want to be there. But the parents wanted to be there. They were not like anxious or like they were not in a hurry. They were there, they wanted to be there, and they knew what they were doing. And the kids perhaps didn't want. And I didn't feel very comfortable, to show the kids and show the classrooms right on a big screen for all the people to see. And the kids want some privacy too. I was introduced to a teacher who is a fine art school graduate, and I was asked to draw a cube following instructions printed on a sheet of paper. And I can see that sheet of paper was teared from a previously larger book, and that was like the page 2. I don't know what was the page 1, maybe to draw a line or like how to sharpen your pencils. I had no idea, but the cube was quite basic. Although that I explained that I had studied art for 3 years when I was little, she still asked me to do this, and I guess it was a standard thing when you go to the art class for the first time, you were asked to do this. It's like a standardized tests to see how you perform, to see what kind of levels and classes that you should take. I thought I could do better, so I asked her if there are any other options, and she's like, "You'll be fine, just draw this." And I was like, "Okay, so where's the cube?" And she's like, "Yeah, just follow the pictures and draw the cube." I was already feeling a bit strange because at least you should show me the cube so that I can like play with it and see the lights and touch it and have kind of relationship with the cube. But no, I was asked to draw. I'll show you a picture. It's so boring. And after that, I asked her, okay, what kind of classes you have? I want to learn how to draw on a Wacom, digitally on an iPad, just to have fun without getting things messy and dirty, and do it on the train when I'm commuting. And she's like, "Oh, we don't do that, but you have to learn how to draw with sketching, with a pencil. This is the right way." And I said, "Okay, so do you have like Chinese traditional painting so that perhaps I can learn and get in touch with my innate culture?" And she's like, "No, we don't teach that. We teach like the art schools." And I asked her what kind of materials, and she's like, "Yeah, like we follow the fine art school book." After 20 years, kids are still asked to draw a cube, and I remembered I was drawing a cube and then a ball and then a cylinder and then a pyramid, and after that a pyramid with a cylinder on top that is like an evil snowman made of plasters. Today kids could play Nintendo, they could play computer games, and they could do so much more things with their spare time, not like when I was young I could only choose instruments or art and there wasn't many things besides that. But today, they could do so many things, and I just couldn't believe that today they were still forced to draw a cube for like extensive amount of time until they were put into like color classes and other sort of more funny, interesting things. And this school only offered traditional way to teach. I just didn't feel very like motivated or passionate about learning art again. And if you're interested to learn art, going to such art classes is the ultimate way to end your art career. Like, you won't feel any passion inside. I went to the bookstore and I picked up 2 books, and guess what? Those books are so much more interesting. This one is called The Meow and Wang. It's basically Meow is the onomatopoeia for cat and Wang is for dog. So cat does meow meow and dog does wang wang. You just see those colors and you can draw the face of a dog or a body of a cat with your imagination. So there's no correct or incorrect way to draw. You do what you want and you just play with the colors, you play with your hand. And it's just a way to not to be afraid to get your canvas dirty and experiment. And this book is called Art Lab. Each page is an experiment inside of your mini art lab in your home, so you can play with your kid or yourself during the weekends. And this is a book for a whole year. And inside of this book, it offers all sort of experiments from like wood print to watercolor, and it's just about having fun and getting your kids interested. I don't know if I violate their copyright by showing you like just a page. I just want to show you how simple, how easy it is, and it can be very fun. Like, after looking at this, I want to draw. After taking the class, I don't ever want to touch a pencil like ever again. If you're watching my channel, perhaps you're interested in becoming an artist, or perhaps you are already working as an artist. I don't know, how did you learn art, and if you were interested but frustrated by the classes, or you taught yourself, or you had no problem complying with the requirement of the classes. What was your story? Let me know, because I'm looking for an alternative way to learn, to teach, to have fun, to enjoy art. Tomorrow I'm going to meet a relative of mine who is like almost 90 years old. She had been drawing after she retired, and now she's doing really well. She participated in different exhibitions and she's taking art classes every week, and that was the thing that kept her going, kept her passionate and healthy and happy at such a senior age. I'm really happy for her, and perhaps I can be inspired by her story. So see you tomorrow.